Oh, hey guys, what's up? I was just working. I was just doing work for my job.
Camera when a rubber bullet appeared to strike her leg near the end of her report.
Now confirming to ABC News 700 Marines are now on their way to Los Angeles.
In a speech at Fort Bragg today, he called protesters a foreign enemy and animals. Foreign enemy and animals.
People that burn the American flag should go to jail for 1 year. It's weird. That's what they should be doing.
Aaron, one of the largest protests that this city has seen in quite some time.
People protesting all over the place. These government mutants are gooners of government. They're sending in the Delta Force, the Expendables, Black Hawk Down. They're sending them there to do awesome stuff like, what, shoot reporters with rubber bullets?
But anyway,
On this channel, when something happens, we say, oh, let's find the person on YouTube who's saying the stupidest stuff. Let's find the biggest dingus on YouTube who's commenting on this. Unfortunately, I couldn't find anybody, man. Unfortunately, I couldn't find anybody, dude.
LA riots!
Oh, Jesus, Russell! God damn it! Hey, you gotta warn me before you start doing that. Oh, Russell, my kids were sleeping. You just woke them up, you piece of shit. You!
LA riots!
Hey!
Civil action or engineered distraction?
Right, put a shirt on, man.
Hello there, you awake.
Okay, please stop yelling, man.
please stop yelling, man.
Sorry, guys, excuse me, but I need some takes, commentary here from my guru and spiritual advisor and advisor.
Praise God.
Russell. Oh, he played Arthur in the Arthur remake. He was in other movies too. Okay, man, go ahead, man.
Urgent review. Let's have a look at what Michael Schellenberger wrote about this on his Substack.
Can't wait, man.
In the name of compassion, Progressive dismantled the foundations of public order. I'm interested how compassion is deployed when increasing authority and now generating
Yeah, you need to get interested in putting on a real shirt, man. What is this? Who can watch this? Who can watch this seriously? Hello! Hello, I'm dressed like I'm at a breathing retreat all the time. And I'm doing right-wing content.
Gavin Newsom called the deployment of 2,000 National Guard troops to restore order purposefully inflammatory. What's truly inflammatory is not sending in the Guard. In wealthy neighborhoods, the law is still enforced. In poor and working class neighborhoods, it is not. If you torch a car in Beverly Hills, you'll get arrested. If you do it in East LA while shouting political slogans, you're engaging in protests. This two-tiered enforcement is not progressive. The fact
Okay. Oh, man, it does appear that Russell Brand's views have dropped off a goddamn cliff a little bit.
I'm on your heels, mate, view-wise.
Having a bit of the low click-through rate, are we? Okay, that's enough with that. So it does look like Russell Brand's views are a little bit down because people got headaches. People started getting headaches and irritability. He's doing an amazing segment here where he's reading this article from this goofball, this doofus. He's reading a goofball Substack from a little ding-dong, Michael Schellenberger. He's one of the Twitter file guys. And he's trying to do a clever little trick here. He's like, they need to send in the SEAL Team 6 and the Green Berets. They need to send in the red and blue teams and all this crap. Because this affects the poor people, man. If you don't support, this kind of police state thing, then you are against poor people, actually. This is kind of like first of all, there's footage all over the place. There's protests all over the place, all over LA. I mean, there's protests all over the country, but this is so dumb in so many ways, this idiot Michael Schellenberger, he's just trying to come to whatever the status quo, whatever the Republican Party position on this or whatever is, he'll try to figure out a clever way to get there. But this is really stupid. It's like, first of all, probably a lot of poor, working class, whatever, normal people are the ones doing the protests. And he's basically saying there should never be political protest because someone might not be able to drive to work.
Oh, great point, Michael, you moron, you idiot.
Get one of these. And then Russell gets some of these too. And he gets one of these. Okay?
people sometimes ask me how California can feel so anarchic and so authoritarian at the same time. That's a brilliant question, isn't it? How can something feel anarchic, complete disorder and entropy, and so authoritarian and controlled? It's really interesting when Newsom, for example, says that Trump is being authoritarian. Just remember the pandemic period. Didn't someone get arrested for paddleboarding during the pandemic? Do you remember the protest?
This is just like, honestly, a lot of the times I watch somebody like Russell Brand, I start feeling sorry for him halfway in, you know? Like, is this just an idiot? Are we watching the Russell Brand retirement plan here? Is that what his show is? Having a bit of the cash out. Oh, you know, whatever. Because, like, what's the thinking here? People are saying, oh, this seems kind of creepy. Seems pretty creepy. You're sending in the military, you know, to shoot at reporters and protesters. Yeah, that's creepy. That's wrong. That's immoral. And Russell Brand is like, what about the COVID times? Okay, what's the point? What's the point of this? What's the point here? Oh, there is no point. You're just bringing that up because your audience likes that. Okay, great. This guy is such an idiot, this guy, Michael Schellenberger. Basically, this is Russell Brand's whole segment. He just reads this dumb Substack crap. But this is the Twitter Files guy. He was like, oh my God, can you believe the government is going in there controlling what people can do.
They're trying to control people's free speech on the Twitter.
That's sick. I gotta expose this, and maybe it'll help my career a little bit in the meantime. That's not my business. Now you have like what are very clearly political protests for very obvious, clear political reasons. And he's like, send in the army. Send in the army, get them. Shoot reporters. That's great, Michael, you moron, you idiot.
That's the question I answer in my new PragerU video. Subscribe to PragerU to be notified when the video comes out.
Okay, is it stupid? How stupid is that video? Better be very stupid. Can't wait, man.
This is not confusion, it's deliberate inversion. Sometimes I thought about that. I thought that they're trying to stoke a deliberate state of bewilderment so that we ain't got no principles, structures, or ethics that we can cling to unless you're bowing down at the foot of the cross saved by his blood. What else are you going to believe in? What Gavin Newsom tells you this week, is that going to be your religion? During the COVID-19 pandemic, Gavin...
What the hell is this? Oh my God, Russell Brand is the best. I don't know what the hell anyone would possibly get out of this content. What a bunch of absolute mush this is. 60,000 people did watch this, but he's reading this article from this absolute goober, you know, who's saying, hey, send in the military to stop political protests. You know, then Russell Brand's like, this is all about to try to create chaos. From who? Who's creating the chaos? And then Russell Brand's just like, and also Jesus, the blood of the Lord. Okay, great, Russell.
Keep on trucking, Russell, whatever.
You can't be in movies anymore, I guess, so you gotta do this.
Power towards those with none. Inadvertently, we've come into a subject that I happen to know a lot about, addiction, and in particular abstinence from addiction. The simple truth of this is addiction is a spiritual disease. People with addiction issues, particularly chemical dependency, are addicted to altered states. They cannot live here.
I mean, this is a hilarious guy, you know? This is a wacky guy right here, you know? Because some of this I agree with, you know, it's like, he's like, addiction is a spiritual thing. You need a community. You try to fill the void with blah, 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 blah.
You're having a bit of the addicty, are we? Okay, you know.
Yeah, this is all fine. It just has absolutely nothing to do with what he's reading. He's reading an article from this right-wing crank, this dumbass, who's basically saying, hey, any civil unrest, any protest against something unjust, throw him in jail. Also, I'm a free speech guy. You know, this idiot. And then Russell Brand latches onto something about addiction. It's like, okay, yeah, we agree with you, Russell, but what the hell is the point of this segment? I thought you were talking about some guy who doesn't want protests. Yeah, we can agree. Addiction is a spiritual problem as well, okay? All right. Do a separate video about it. You weirdo. You cult-like weirdo you.
Let me know if we can pop Grant in here. Hey, Grant, how are you?
Hey!
Hi, Grant. Hi, Grant.
Okay, turn your audio on, goddamn you,
I can't hear his audio, guys. Can you hear it?
You're on mute. Oh, I had to hit the mute button, so...
There we go.
How are you? Get that thing going, man.
Now, can you bring up Grant's tweet on X here?
Bring up that tweet.
Another orchestrated and organized event to encourage the contributing, law-abiding taxpayers and business owners to exit California. This is a land grab. Do not be deceived. This is not, nor has it ever been, incompetence. It is intentional. The goal is to get rid of law-abiding citizens by importing illegals and not enforcing the rule of law. It's to drive real estate values down and grab all the property back. Hard to believe.
That's great, man.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. This is part of the PBD, network of content and products and merchandise. What the hell is that thing called? Her Take. Her Take. This is the most, like, on-brand PBD thing.
Videos aren't real.
This is the most on-brand
Paul Bet Davidson
type thing. Hey, there's some political thing going on. Let's get the Grant Cardone in here. Who the hell is Grant Cardone? Isn't Grant Cardone like a internet marketing scammer? And now for comment on this thing is a guy who does pop-up ads and squeeze pages and upsell checkout crap. Does he have a course on this that I could buy for $500? Oh, God damn it. Is there one weird trick I can use to understand what's going on in LA? If I eat a weird looking fruit that makes me want to click on it because it's weird looking, you know, in an ad, I'll go to a story about this?
Hit me up, Grant. What do I do?
Since it is intentional. The goal is to get rid of law-abiding citizens by importing illegals and not enforcing the rule of law. It's to drive real estate values down and grab all the property back. Hard to believe. That's how they get away with it. It's communism, not socialism. And if they pull it off in Cali, they can and will do it in other parts of America. Now, I just want to preface before...
Whoa. Hey, Jillian, goddammit. If I need tips on abs and how and whence to get them and how I go about getting them, then I will ask you. But in this case, goddamn it. Okay, anyway. I love this guy. I love this kind of thing. This is a new kind of thing on social media where it's some idiot. It's some absolute buffoon trying to do I'm pulling back the curtain on all this crap. Whoa, this guy really sees all the angles. And he writes stuff like, do not be deceived. Oh, they're trying to pull this crap over your eyes, man. The story here is that there's a bunch of ICE raids happening. And people around LA, people all over the country are doing protests. I mean, obviously that would happen. I mean, just read some of the stories about it. Obviously that's going to happen. People are going to be like, I don't like that.
But this guy, he came up with an amazing...
He is exposing the truth here, this guy who does pop-up ads. This is all a false flag. These are all actors, I guess. These are all actors who are they're going out there making things look all bad and stuff, man. So that the property value in LA goes down, so somebody can buy, the Chinese Communist Party, I guess, can buy it, and then it turns communist. I mean, that's almost, it doesn't make any sense, his post, but I would assume he would agree with what I just said. I mean, this guy's a genius. Just on so many levels, this is amazing. I mean, just read anything. Just Google anything about Los Angeles real estate. That the big real estate companies, yada yada development, they have total control, political control over Los Angeles. There's that, but also he would kind of have to be saying, oh, this is all staged, these are all actors. Nobody's actually pissed off about ICE raids and stuff. This is all an orchestrated thing to lower property values in Los Angeles. He never names who's gonna buy it. Him? I love the PBD network. It's just like the most irresponsible people in society getting 400,000 views every video.
I pass the baton. At first one might go, oh, come on, Grant. This is conspiracy theory. Right. What I'm going to unfold for the rest of the show, though, backs you up 100%. But can you tell me what made you post this? Why is this your position? What the hell?
What made him post this? My first guess would be that something fell, some plaster thing or something fell from a roof and bonked him in the head. That would be my first guess. No offense, man. No offense.
If you have this, you can bring it up. It is Laura Loomer's post stating that these riots are perfect cause and justification to roll out Palantir in California right now. And the timeline of events is particularly interesting for me when you have so many people objecting to what is going on with Palantir and the way they want to surveil Americans and create this database. And then all of a sudden there is chaos that is taking place in California, and right-wing populist influencers are making posts saying, bring in Palantir. This isn't the one, Nat. This is the Craigslist ad. I believe I texted it to you.
We do not need to implement Palantir to deal with the situation, nor do we need to deal with it to get a hold on illegals voting.
Okay, here we go. This is great. I think this Grant Cardone guy might be my new he might be my new PBD, my new favorite guy, maybe. He comes up with this conspiracy theory. I think what I'm trying to put together what he's saying here, because he doesn't know either, I don't think. But it's the communists, these disgusting communists who have endless resources, the disgusting and all-powerful communists in America, they're doing a false flag operation to take the land of the innocent real estate developers of Los Angeles. And then this lady's like, I got one. And hers gets a little closer to something real. Oh, there's all these like right-wing, goofball social media weirdos who are like, get the Palantir surveillance out there to get somebody. The protesters? I don't know. Again, if you're one of these influencers, like, I don't know, you just post it and figure it out later, you know? But this lady's like, I can't believe they're saying this. These right-wing influencers, the people of the highest moral caliber, they're saying get the digital surveillance in there. And she's like, no, I'm taking a stand. No. But if this lady like read anything about this, like any of the reporting about this over the past years, they're already doing this. They're already doing that. So, Tim Dillon was talking about this, that they're paying influencers to talk about, hey, we should do this. We should do surveillance. It's cool. So yeah, that probably is going on, but this is like an open secret. And she's like, no, I'm against this thing. That's all that has already been widely reported is already going on. But this is what we like about the PBD universe of products and services is, it's just like.
And this actually declares that Colorado had an invasion and we can use the Illegal Aliens Act.
Oh my God, of course, we have to check in with the bringer of all news.
Look at my penis.
Now, that's not news, man. Oh, he's got on-the-ground reporter Lauren Boubois to weigh in on this. Oh, I can't wait.
Causing so much harm to these agents and these officers that this is an insurrection. Another country, a foreign country coming into our country and creating this kind of chaos. And they might call it a peaceful protest, a demonstration. No. This is anarchy. This is an invasion. Yeah. And I even have legislation that I'm working with the leadership to introduce my TDA Act.
It's kind of a boring interview, Tim Pool should have asked her something that she actually knows about. What's a fun drink to drink? What's the best shot? What's the funnest shot to take when you're out? When you're out going like this.
But yes, no, these illegal aliens, and no, they're not just undocumented immigrants. They are illegal aliens. That is the definition.
I think we have a very serious problem to consider. I know that Trump has brought up the issue of birthright citizenship, challenged it.
Yeah.
A lot of these people that are on the ground in LA
needs to pass a no hat law. We'll get Tim out in the streets protesting when they pass the no hat, no beanies as an adult. That'll get him in some civil unrest.
Waving the Mexican flag.
Right.
There's a guy on video burning the American flag saying, that's not my flag.
Go to jail like Trump was saying. Oh man, Tim Pool's really speaking truth to power here. They agree on everything. They're both going like this. Okay, hold on. Let's look at some of the news stories that are coming out about this. Remember that expert internet spammer? What's the guy's name? Grant? He's one of the Her Take cast members. He's one of the Her Take digital content strategies product advisors. He said this is all fake or something. So I don't know if I'm going to believe any of this, but okay.
He went with his father last Thursday down to Texas for a hearing on their immigration status. And then after that hearing, they were separated and detained. No doubt a very scary situation for a little boy.
Wait, what was the last part? For a what? For what?
Elementary received word that one of their students, a fourth grader named Martir Garcia Laura, and his father, Martir Garcia, are being detained in Houston, Texas by ICE agents.
Right, so he's permanently traumatized now. Good job. Hey, great. Great job by the agents. That's what they should be called, the...
One such case has made headlines in Georgia, where a college student who was wrongfully pulled over wound up detained by ICE for weeks over her undocumented status.
Great.
Jimena Arias Cristobal is now out on bond, and she's speaking out after she was accused of making an improper turn and lacking a driver's license earlier this month in Dalton, and she was arrested. Following a review of dashcam footage, though, police determined that, quote, Miss Arias Cristobal's vehicle appeared similar to the offending vehicle, but was not the vehicle that made an improper turn.
Oh,
the citations against her were dropped, but the 19-year-old remained
Okay, that's another traumatized person right there. Young girl trying to go to college. Great. Good job.
On Monday, multiple Homeland Security agents showed up at 2 elementary schools in Los Angeles, according to LAUSD Superintendent Alberto Carvalho. These agents were stopped, questioned, and turned away by principals at Lillian Elementary and Russell Elementary Schools, both in the Florence Graham neighborhood.
They wanted access. They approached the school and did one of these. And reportedly, they did one of these. Couple of those, too. Back to you.
This administration is not keeping us safe by putting 18-year-old honors students in prison. I think you'll hear from Marcelo just what conditions he was held in, and Jake and I are going to go in and inspect them for ourselves.
Wait, what the hell? These are child actors. An internet marketing con artist told me that these are all actors. I'm not falling for it, man. I'm not falling for it. These Hollywood child actors are just trying to trick everybody so that the innocent real estate developers in Los Angeles don't have all the crap that they need, man. Man, oh man, that guy.
There was actually a piece in the New York Post this morning, I'm not sure if you saw it, about some of the groups that they've already linked to these protests. It turns out this is one of the things that a lot of Americans have woken up to over the last few years.
Post,
is that
what happened? Wait, whoa. What happened? You were on the subway and you found that on the floor or something? All right, go ahead.
Protest movements seem to not be quite as organic as the way we like to think of them when we tell ourselves stories.
Nailing it, Dave.
I'm not sure exactly to what extent that's true in the past, but it's certainly very true in the recent past.
Right.
I think all of these things are at work here. And especially when you're kind of going into the summer months to see like these protests turning into riots. I think there's a view from the Trump administration, which I think is largely fair and correct, that they did not do enough to put down the riots of 2020, and that ultimately that hurt Donald.
Right there. Way to go, Dave. Good job, Dave. You're doing great, man. Get on Joe a couple more 1,000 times. 150,000 views. Great job, man. I love this guy. What the hell is a libertarian? You're Republican, man. Everybody gives this guy so many props for getting one thing right. Way to go, Dave. Good job. You understand one thing. You're not completely insane when it comes to foreign policy stuff. Good job, man. You're #1 best guy.
I'm a libertarian. Keep the government out of my crap, man.
Then there's a bunch of protests because of police violence. Now there's a bunch of protests because they're sending armed goons into elementary schools and stuff. He's like, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
People are protesting a government overreach. I'm a libertarian. I hate that. What do you believe, man? You're Republican. Who cares? Go do this somewhere. Go do that on Joe Rogan. Smoke a cigar. Who cares? Who gives a crap? I'm a libertarian. The government's overreaching on all this crap, and when they do, I like it, and they should send the military in also.
I'm having a great time. Everything's fine.
I'm a libertarian. I hate government overreach, and people should fight against it. In fact, they need guns to fight against it. Also, the government should do it, and I support it. I have a fun view of the world. It's wacky, man. Anyway, I gotta get the hell out of here. Bye. Oh, dip. I'm getting an incoming thing from 14 hours ago? 14 hours ago. Whoa, 500,000 views. 500,000 views for
Paul Bet Davidson.
Okay, why? Why do I do that?
Hassan Parker.
Yeah, it's his fault. Oh man, these guys are on fire. Here's an absolute fire. Another one right here. You know what? He's my new favorite guy. And we're talking the entire PBD universe, the Her Takes also. Of all of them, he's my favorite. The great Tom.
By the way, this is programmatic. I'm going to show you something, Pat, that you haven't seen so I can get an instant reaction from you.
Yeah.
Can't wait,
The text
Tom.
that I just sent you, Rob, pop that up.
Yeah, pop it up, man.
There is anonymous accounts on Craigslist. Here, pop it up.
Yep.
Okay.
It is.
Well, let's get this prepared before the show, guys. Come on, Tom did a bit of digging on X or something, and by digging I mean probably the first thing that popped up on his timeline. Let's check it out, man. Come on, hurry up. What's the guy's name? Rob. Hurry up, Rob, you son of a bitch. You.
Boom. Take a look at this.
Yes,
anonymous accounts on. You got it?
Yep.
on Craigslist, looking for the toughest badasses in the city of Los Angeles, $6,500 to $12,000 per week. And they describe exactly what you're going to do. You're going to kick ass. You're going to do this. We'll give you high pressure, no risk, no room for hesitation. Need individuals who do not break, panic, or fold under stress. They're recruiting people to be part of the.
How do you know this is tied to that?
The response.
Give him a break, PBD. Give him a break. Hold on. I got to watch that. I got to watch that again.
They're recruiting people to be part of the.
How do you know this is tied to that?
The response is from L.A. and they took it down. It went. They took it down last night. Over in L.A.
But how do you know? How do you know this is them though? So they're asking these.
Good for you, PBD. Good for you. I mean, PBD himself probably wants to do a segment where it's like, oh, this is all staged. And communists pay the Communist Party of America with their endless resources funded all this. He probably wants to do that too, but he can't resist just giving Tom a hard time. Just giving his underlings a hard time. He can't resist it. And now Tom's without a paddle at this point. Okay, go ahead.
Guys, to go do the damages
in
to
the area. This supposedly popped up 2 days ago.
Let me read it. Physical. No. We are former select in this unit will be activated when the situation demands, but you get paid every week no matter what. High pressure, high risk, no room for hesitation. We need individuals who do not break, panic, or fold under stress and are basically all around kick-ass dudes. Physical strength, speed conditioning is important, but mental toughness is everything. If you're the biggest guy in the room, but you're the one people follow when things go bad, that's who we're looking for. We're recruiting those who are already hard badasses and ready to confrontation whenever necessary. However, we can train you if necessary. What we're looking for, mental toughness, you keep level head pressure, bravery. Okay, is there a phone number? Is there a phone number?
No, it was a Craigslist link.
Oh, what would that be? What would that be there? You know? I think the Her Takes brought this up too. They're like, look at this Craigslist ad, man. These protesters, they're paid actors. They're getting paid $12,000 or something. Tom's like, this is irrefutable proof. These are all paid. All these protesters are paid. It says it in there. Then they read it. It's like, we need badasses to do badass stuff for money. And the PBD does ask the right question. How do you know they're talking about that? Doesn't sound really very specific. Tom's like, it must be, because I saw it on another show like our show. PBD's like, let me read this. What the hell does this say? Okay. All right, Tom. Well, Tom filled his airtime. Okay, this is one of my favorite games to play when I watch my favorite show, the PBD program.
Not Her Take.
I only watch Her Take when there's not a new PBD out. Her Take is my House of the Dragon or whatever the hell that Game of Thrones offshoot piece of crap was. Okay, sorry. Anyway, this is one of my favorite games to play when I watch this. How many times will PBD give Adam a hard time, or how many times will he mention Casa D'Angelo's? And one of those things happens here. Here we go.
Intersect with what's happening in California today.
Okay.
So this whole open border mindset, like, why do they think this way? So I had a friend actually.
You said 90 seconds you've been saying, why do they think this way? And I'm still waiting.
Okay.
Well, tell me, brother, why do they think this way?
Okay. Well, thank you for that, Pat. I had a conversation.
What a great leader. What a great leader he is. Oh, in business, you got to be a leader. You got to really make your team look good. Inspire your team. Adam, what the hell are you talking about, you moron? Come on, get to it, you idiot. You can just see Adam deflating. Where's the fire, Patrick? Where's the fire, PBD? Let the guy drone on. There's no limit on podcasting, as you've illustrated many times in this 2 hour and 22 minute and 40 second podcast. Okay, everybody's talking about Palantir here, so now these guys are too. This is a great take on this. Here we go.
AI powered to be working for our government.
What's this, Rob?
This is Alex Karp at the World Economic Forum in 2023 talking about the primary goal of Palantir.
Go for it.
Okay.
Then we were asked if we were willing to supply our product philanthropically, basically for free. And I was very in favor of this because our primary mission is, in fact, to set a global standard for the world for behavior.
To set a global standard for behavior, that means they want to control everything.
This is John Stewart talking about Alex Karp.
The most effective way for social change is humiliate your enemy and make them poorer.
I don't think in win-lose. I think in domination. I love the idea of getting a drone and having light fentanyl-laced urine spraying on analysts who tried to screw us.
What the?
Well, let's not judge a book by its insides.
Okay, that's Jon Stewart. Oh,
that's hilarious. He's telling you what he wants to do.
By the way, he's a $12 billion guy. He's a
$12 billion?
Yeah, he's worth $12 billion. He's a $12 billion guy. Very smart, very successful.
Saves a lot on haircuts.
A lot of people are siding with him and supporting this next move. So here's the concern.
Great. That's great, PBD. This is kind of like everybody, even these like goofball right-wing channels. They're like, I don't like that. I don't like that guy. We saw even the Her Takes. Even the Her Takes are like, that's creepy. Don't watch me. To Palantir. Patrick Bet-David, that's the perfect Patrick Bet-David response. You know, his whole crew is like, that's bad, man. This guy wants to collect all our personal data, panopticon monitor everything, and he's a billionaire, and he's connected to all these perverts and weirdos. That's bad. Patrick Bet-David, he's rich and very smart, and a lot of people like this. Okay, great. Amazing, Patrick. Thank you for that. Oh, by the way, did I mention that 500,000 people watched this in 14 hours? Oh, man, it's almost as much views as I get. Almost as much as views as I get, and I was not hit in the head. But anyway, guys, it's Wednesday. Wednesday, the of days. But I hope you're having a great one, you know? Be like, oh, okay, it's Wednesday. It's not exactly my favorite day, but could be worse. You know, say that. Talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Hi, I do the outros around here, and for some reason my name's LeDron James. But I'm asking you to please subscribe on Patreon. You get every episode that you're missing. Oh my God, you're missing episodes every single week. You're missing episodes. This is kind of a nutty thing to say, but the episodes of Patreon are way better, man. So get on Patreon. Get all the episodes every single week, and you will be much happier, and everyone will love you. This is LeDron James. Oh, just click a link in the description. That's how you get to the Patreon. By the way, quick update, Ken? Quick note there. Anyway, I gotta get the hell out of here because I got a lot of problems. Bye.